So what drives me professionally is making sure that we find those fun, light moments within the day. I think if we're doing something for 10, 12 hours a day, finding those lighter moments really reflect in the work. It shows the enjoyment, it gets the guys motivated, and really just making sure that we're seizing every opportunity we can to create something special, even out of something small. That's where those opportunities often lie.
Advertising to me is at its best when it moves beyond just selling a product to building meaningful connections between brands and people. The most rewarding part of my work is leading teams that unlock that magic, ideas that are rooted in consumer insights and executed with excellence. Whether it's launching a new brand or revitalizing an old one, I'm driven by the ability to create work that's not only innovative, but also effective. Seeing a campaign that shifts perceptions, sparks conversations, or even changes behaviors is what keeps me energized.
Growth of digital, deep digital will be a trend that we're going to see grow in different aspects, specifically AI, to personalize the shopping experience in marketing. I see social being a bigger shopper platform where we do more transactions of social. So as an umbrella theme, digital will grow, but when I say deep digital, is the layers of digital that influence purchase decisions, such as influencer, with over 50% of the people that buy products being influenced by influencers. So you will see the rise of influencers and brands collaborating with mega influencers and micro influencers in order to fuel purchase decisions. So digital AI is really where the growth will be in marketing campaigns.
Where we are right now, COVID and tech have completely reset the borders of our world, right? So I can't afford to sit in South Africa as a strat person in South Africa and only think about South African insight. I have access to insight and perspective from all corners of the world at the click of a button, and it's made how we work so much more dynamic if you lean into the dynamism. I'm really enjoying it. The next thing that I'm experiencing and working with currently is how AI has helped me absolutely, completely accelerate the way I work. And not acceleration for acceleration's sake, but rather giving me the mental freedom and space that I need, because the tech is helping me with the heavy lifting. I wrote a piece about that. So this thing that we see as an existential crisis, for me, I see as a process of evolution. And I'm excited about being in that evolution. I enjoy a dose of discomfort because it forces you to reevaluate and look at things differently. And I think that is where we are.
There's an innovation and a creativity, and then ultimately the execution. And the ideas are a dime a dozen, but what's the interesting mix in the standout work? How have you paired X thing with Y execution? And sometimes it's that unlikely mix of the innovation into the creativity that makes you as a judge really say, wow, this thing stood out. And it's something that can be explained simply, because when you're a judge on these awards, you realize something being presented simply was insanely complex to get it to a presentably simple moment.
There's something that I'm going to be keeping a really keen eye on when we get into the judging process. Not all the work needs to be big budget. Indeed, I think some of the more effective campaigns that I've seen lately have stripped away a lot of the largesse that surrounds the creative execution, and have really demonstrated how they have made a significant impact in the lives of the audiences that they've been targeting.
There are two types of work I love seeing. So the first type is work that is cinematic and ambitious, that tells an amazing story, and then secondly, work that cleverly uses technology and data. Both are incredibly different. They're poles apart, you could even say, but they're linked by the power of a great insight, a revealing insight about the human condition, a social comment, or an observation about how we use a product. I find both types of ideas very, very appealing.
Some startups I admire, I mean, they're not startups anymore, but considering the likes of Uber and Airbnb, companies that really went the avant-garde route of taking something that they don't have, but seeing that the people, there is a market for it, and then packaging all of that and delivering on the gap and making money from that. I think it's absolutely genius. The fact that Uber doesn't own a single car, Airbnb doesn't own any properties, yet they are the leaders in those sectors in providing those solutions to people. So for me, those are two really great examples of what kind of being in your ikigai and delivering on work that is needed, or delivering a service or a product that is needed and that people are willing to pay for. And I'll speak on a small company that I really appreciate, and that's RTC Studios. I really appreciate how they do work, what their approach to bringing to life creative concepts is, and their storytelling, or their ability to tell stories in a way that resonates with an audience.
I really admire SpaceX and Tesla, beyond what the companies stand for, it's what impact they have on the world.
I'm really excited to see how brands continue to create really memorable experiences for their audiences, and obviously how they're pushing the boundaries in terms of delivering on those immersive and very interactive experiences, how this truly contributes to the effectiveness of just marketing work and how marketing works in businesses. And obviously it's always wonderful to be able to celebrate work that allows you to learn and inspire future innovation in experience.
I think communication has never been more important than it is right now. Having a unique brand voice is absolutely critical, and identifying a unique and ownable voice is a very difficult thing to do. No amount of media pressure can solve this for you. Shouting louder is not going to cut it. So strategic communication outfits are the ones that are best poised to help shape this for brands going forward. All communication channels, the entire ecosystem needs to be considered for this to work properly. So while there are no shortcuts here, I think personification and bringing a genuine humanness to brand voices is a significant step in the right direction. And I think strategic communication services, or PR, are the ones that are going to solve this for brands.
What I'm excited about is like how core to excellent work and excellent campaign strategy is, and finally strategy having a voice. I'm curious to see how, and this is a challenge I experience daily, how strategy narrates, or the story of strategy is narrated. What was the thinking behind the pictures that we see? And 100%. More importantly, how is that thinking catalytic, like of or to the future? How does it catalyze future outcomes?